Well, obviously what you need to do to inherit the fortune is to murder the other brother. That is the answer. No, I don't know. Okay, here's my answer. It's probably wrong. My actual answer is... And this is a bit idealistic, I guess, but what if they just split the fortune, right? You know? And that's what makes them go to the city as fast as they can. Like, they give up on, you know, trying to win for, like, one or the other, and just share the fortune, right? Which would make sense. Like, you know, they don't know what to do for days. They ask the wise man. The wise man just tells them, "Hey, why don't you just like split the fortune?" You know, it's like, oh, okay. And then they run the city to like just finish the race at the same time. In which case, it's a draw. And then, well, I guess it'll depend on the rules of the race. But I assume that means they just each take half. That would be just like a ideal compromise, I think. Because otherwise, the race is impossible, you know? If you're always just competing for whose horse is slower, no one will win, and no one will inherit the fortune. So if you just share it, at least someone gets something. But that might be the wrong answer, I don't know. I feel like, again, that's assuming a lot, you know? So I feel like that's incorrect. And also, how do I say it in 2 words? I guess like split no, I spelled that wrong. Split fortune. I don't know. That might be wrong though. That might be wrong. Whatever. I'll just have to deal with the consequences if I get it wrong, and I probably will. Pressing enter. No, that doesn't sound quite right. Damn it. I wish there was a hint, though. Oh, I guess I can keep going? Oh, okay. I guess they give you a couple tries before you can give up, or... I assume they give you a couple tries before, yeah, they kick you out and say, you couldn't figure it out, you idiot. You know? Because I don't assume that this is, like, impossible to continue unless you know the answer. In which case, I could also just say share wealth, man. I mean, it means the same thing. And in this case, maybe, yeah, my answer is wrong. In which case, rename horse. Nope. Okay, that answer is also wrong. Again, I was saying before, just rename the horse to slower, and then you win, right? No. Okay, then I just don't know then. I don't know the answer. After wandering aimlessly for days, the brothers ask a wise man for guidance. Upon receiving such advice, they jump on the horses and race to the city as fast as they can. The one whose horse is slower wins. Their horses. How many horses do they have? A horse each son or multiple horses? They jump on the horses and race to the city. What did the wise man say to them? Go to the city. No, go north. Go west. Go south. Go east. Just jump. Give up. Give horse. Get off horse? Okay, here's another answer. Get off the horse, so... Get off? Nope. Incorrect. And I guess... I mean, I can still keep trying, I guess. I wish there was a hint, though. I wish there was a hint. Give me a hint, please. I just don't know the answer to this riddle. Look to the stars. No, tells his 2 sons to race their horses to a distant city to see who will inherit his fortune. The one whose horse is slower wins. After wandering aimlessly for days, the brothers ask some wise men for guidance. The wise men can unravel what the rich man said, and therefore it makes the brothers go as fast as they can. So the end goal is that you do have to be in first place. But how do you be in first place and win? The wise man says, "What race?" No, who are you people? Why are you asking me this? No. Raced our horses to a distant city to see who will inherit his fortune. The one whose horse is slower wins. I gotta look at this at a different angle, but it's harder to do that. Also, there's a fly in my room. Which man tells his sons to race their horses to a distant city to see who will inherit his fortune. What do they win? I assume they win their fortune. Who are the... I mean, if I was the wise man, I would ask more questions, such as, what's the prize exactly? Is it the inheritance or something else? You know, he's just testing who will inherit his fortune. Maybe the one who's slower, you know, doesn't get to inherit the fortune even though they technically win. I don't know. It's just a lot of questions I need to ask. But of course, if you make a riddle overcomplicated by doing that, that's probably not the correct way. You need to read it. It needs to be pretty simple. You need to find some way. There's a trick to this. A trick to the wording. What do you say for receiving the device? Jump on the horse as fast as you can. The wise man said, I don't know. What did the wise man say to them? Who knows? No. Oh, skip mode. No. Control skip mode. Nothing. He said nothing. Wow. No. How's it going? No. What did the wise man say to them? Hi guys. No, what did the wise man say to them? Bye. No. Say goodbye because, you know, that's what he said to them as they left. No. After wandering aimlessly for days, the brothers asked the wise men for guidance. Upon receiving the advice, they jump on the horse and run as fast as they can. As fast as they can. The wise man said, "You're idiots. No, figure it out on your own." That's what the wise man said. No, lose the race. Win the race. What will you inherit? Slowest horse. Slower wins. Slower horse? Slowest horse. How about try this? I did mention like slowest horse. I don't know if that makes sense. Nope, that doesn't make sense. Because I was saying like, you know, there's a slower horse and there's a slowest horse. Slower horse wins, slowest horse loses. But that's not, I don't know how to put that into words, and again, there's a lot of assumption when you propose that answer. After wandering aimlessly for days, what do you say to him? Go home. No? What did they say to them? Go home. Okay, they went back to the city. No, I mean, I guess I can keep guessing for all eternity, it seems like. So I'm gonna keep doing it. What did the wise men say to them? Go back? Go away? No. Okay, it's for advice, right? The riddle is saying, what advice did the wise men give them? It needs to be advice, not just like a phrase. One whose horse so wins. You know, maybe reading it this way. Okay. Rich man tells his sons to race their horses to distant who will inherit his fortune. The one whose horse is slower wins. Maybe this already happened? I'm thinking they had the race already, and then they wander? But that doesn't make any sense. Because I'm thinking like, you know, who will inherit his fortune? Well, the one whose horse already won, so they won. The horse is slower, they win. So, and then they wander aimlessly. Then they ask for guidance. Upon receiving advice, they jump on their horse and race back to the city. That doesn't make sense though, because it says right here, like racing to the city, right? So the race is still on. The race didn't finish, it's still on, right? Or it seems like that's the implication. After wandering aimlessly for days, the brothers asked the wise men for guidance. Guidance? No, actually, maybe. Okay, reading it a different way again. So, the one whose horse is slow wins. Then again, if it's past tense, it would have been the one whose horse was slower won, right? That would make more sense if I'm reading it that way. But then again, okay, after wandering aimlessly for days, why do they do that? Is it because they're lost? Because initially I thought because they were just thinking about the problem. But maybe it's because they're just lost. In which case, when they ask the wise men for guidance, they're not asking for the solution to this initial premise here, they're asking for directions. So upon receiving the directions, they jumped on their horses and went back to the city. So what did the wise men say to them? Location of city, or city location, or city location? I mean, I might still be wrong, but like, how would you say that? Over there. No, maybe I'm wrong again. I'm assuming it's because they're asking for directions? Is that like, maybe I'm grasping, maybe I'm, yeah, maybe that's too much of a stretch, I don't know. But it sounds right to me. Cities, okay, how about cities location? No? No, two-word answer, right? Directions? City map? Again, still might be the wrong answer, I don't know. Trying to think out of the box, and that's what I got, but cities. Okay, what did I write? Cities locations? Cities direction? No? I don't. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong again. Because I'm trying to think. If my answer was right, then how would you put that in 2 words? I'm not sure. Because they also mentioned the race to the city as fast as they can. It's like, but why? I'm still stuck on, like, maybe they just asked for directions. So if that was the case, what would the wise men say to them? We say over there, or oh, I don't know. What would you say? The city's direction, city's place, city's location. That way. Go over there. No. It's past the gas station. No. 2 words though. 2 words. To the city. And we only seen mention of 1 city, right? So it's gotta be the distant city, right? This city? That city? Races N? That way! I already typed that. Over there! In that direction. No. I'm still stuck on that. They're just asking for directions. Answer, which is, again, I still don't know if it's right. It's probably wrong. If it's wrong, I still have to think of the solution. I don't know. Go north. Go south. No, again, they don't mention directions specifically, so that doesn't make any sense. Share wealth. No. Go fast. No. Race. Fast. Race. Slow. Give up. No. Jump on horse. No. Jump off horse. Good day. I'm just typing in random things now. This might take a infinite amount of time for me to figure this out. It's gonna take forever, isn't it? I might never get the answer. Yeah, enter 2-word answer. Enter 2-word answer. What would even be a 2-word answer? I guess that narrows down the actual phrase, but it's hard to think of what would be a 2-word answer. Okay. I thought I got it when I said, like, after wandering aimlessly for days. I assumed like they were lost, not like trying to figure out the initial premise. But maybe it is. Maybe they are trying to figure out the initial premise, because all the answers I'm trying to give doesn't make sense. Like what? It was one of my is one of my random thoughts close? Is it? Is it really? I'm so stuck on this. I'm so stuck. What did I even say before? I can't remember now. I mentioned, like, you know, split the fortune. You know, after wandering aimlessly, trying to figure out, you know, who will win. They asked the old man, it's like, why don't you just share the money? And then they go, maybe. But I've been trying to write that, like split fortune, like split money. I don't think that's right though. It feels wrong. This isn't like, it's not the share fortune. No, that's not right. And the other thing is, like, after wandering aimlessly for days, like, are they, again, are they lost, or are they trying to figure out the premise? I also mentioned just rename your horse to slower, then you win. Though that's a bit of a cop-out. It's a bad pun. Let's see. I also mentioned horse is slower. Is your horse the slowest? You know, slower horse doesn't mean that you're in second place. It's just that the horse is slower relative to other horses. So you might still win even if you're first place in the race. You know, because the implication is that the person in second place will win, but that's not always true. Or that, well, at least I'm trying to figure out why that would not be true, right? Because they are just racing as fast as they can. His two sons, the brothers. Like, is there a secret third son? I don't think so. My head is turning into jello. And I've also been just typing random things like Star Wars horse. No. What did the wise men say? What did the wise man say? Wiseman says, go into incognito mode when you browse hentai. No, blah blah. Jump to the horses, race the city as fast as they can. Why are they racing as fast as they can? I can only assume because for some reason the wise man tells them something that makes them want to go to the city. For some reason. Whether it's to answer the premise, or it's for some other reason. But why? But why? But why? Yeah. Go home. No, I already said that. What did the wise men say to them? What did the wise men say to them? Enter two-word answer. And again, it's 2 words. I just want to say like complete sentences, but like it's 2 words, right? So 2 words. Fuck you. No. God damn it. What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? I'm gonna be stuck on this part for like an hour, maybe more. This is harder than the escort missions in Sunrider. And I don't want to look it up. I really don't want to look it up. I really, really don't want to look it up. I'm that stubborn. I just wanna figure it out somehow. Somehow. Good night. No, no. I was thinking, they leave because it's past their curfew? No, that's stupid. Wandering aimlessly for days. I mean, do they have food and water with them? You know? I mean, they've survived for days. I mean, where is this place anyway? Is it like in my head I'm thinking desert? Well, it's not. They didn't say that. It's not like it's the desert or anything. They're using horses, right? So I assume medieval times, medieval era. And I assume they bring their rations with them, right? So unless Because I'm thinking maybe they're going to the city as fast as they can because they ran out of supplies, or I think that's a lot of assumptions, I think. And what would the wise men even say if that was the case? They probably didn't say anything irrelevant. That would be considered advice. Days the brothers asked the wise men for guidance. I keep reading this over and over. A rich man tells his two sons to race their horses to a distant city to see who will inherit his fortune. The one whose horse is slower wins. After wandering aimlessly for days, the brothers ask a wise man for guidance. Upon receiving the advice, they jump on the horses and race to the city as fast as they can. What did the wise men say to them? And also, the answer will show you where the file is located. So maybe it's something to do with like some sort of direction, because there has to be. The answer has to correlate with finding something, right? And what we're trying to find right now is a file. So how would you find a file? You give directions, right? But I put like cities directions, but that doesn't make sense. I put like go east, no, go west. No, it's like it's not. Because we're not giving any context as where the city is located. We didn't really give any. There's no context for that, so we don't know exactly where it is. Answer will show you where the file is located. Straight ahead? No. I mean, wandering aimlessly for days. Wandering aimlessly for days. Wandering aimlessly for days. Where is the file located? Under the bed. No, Wow. Wow. I'm gonna keep staring at this riddle. I'm gonna keep staring at it. And staring at it. Until something clicks. As the music plays in the background. Endlessly. Until I go mad. In two senses of the word, I guess. Wandering aimlessly for days. For guidance. Upon receiving advice, they jump the horses and race to the city as fast as they can. What did the wise men say to them? Get horses. No, I mean, maybe? Because after wandering aimlessly for days, did they have their horses on them? Maybe the wise men said, hey, you should just get some horses first. Then you can do the race, right? No, no. I'm gonna put it there anyway. Get horses. No, that doesn't make any sense. But I am trying to think out of the box, because you can't solve these riddles literally, right? But well, there's no literal answer I can think of right now. In which case, maybe there is a literal answer, but I still don't get it. But they used the brothers ask the wise men. No, I'm not a middle schooler, but I don't think I'm any smarter than a middle schooler. Jump on the horses for safe as fast as they can. What did the wise men say to them? They said, you're an idiot and you can't solve this riddle. The wise men said, go there. Locate the city. No. I mean, that doesn't make sense because they're already racing. They're racing the city. So either the wise men told him location of the city, or so the initial premise, or jump on the horses. Any reason they're jumping? I think I'm overanalyzing now. There's no need to jump on the horses. You could simply hop on the horses. No, that's the same thing. I guess jumping on the horses makes sense. After wandering aimlessly, a rich man tells his two sons to race their horses to a distant city to see who will inherit his fortune. The one whose horse is slower wins. After wandering aimlessly for days, the brothers ask the wise men for guidance. Upon receiving the advice, they jump on the horses and race to the city as fast as they can. What do the wise men say to them? What did the wise men say to them? After wandering aimlessly for days, the wise men told them something, and then they raced. Maybe because, maybe they're wandering aimlessly because they're trying to be the one who's slower in the race. And then when they ask the wise men, they tell them the end date of the race? No? What do I say to them? End date? That doesn't sound right. I'll put it in anyway because why not? Race day? Because I mean, we're never told when the race takes place, right? So race date. No. That isn't right. What do they say to them? The time. No. Because they wanted to know when the race took place. Maybe. But no. What do they say to them? The answer? No, that would be too good to be true. Because thinking, like, maybe you don't actually have to solve the initial premise. What did the wise men say to them? Well, they gave them the answer, right? No, okay, that doesn't make sense either, though. And unless, I don't know, maybe I could choose a different wording, or I could say the solution? No. Okay, that might not be right either. I have so many different answers I'm giving that just is not the answer. I mean, unless, I don't know, 2-word answer. Maybe the is like a part, I don't know. I'll just keep trying different wording. Like, I could also give the riddles answer. Riddles solution. No, might be still wrong, I think, yeah. The wise man say to them the solution, of course, which I don't know. Jump the horses versus city as fast as they can. Oh, here's another thing. Here's another thought that just came up. You know, when they jump on the horses, which horse do they jump on? Or jump on? Like, I assume each horse belongs to each brother? So maybe they jump on the other's horses? Maybe? And that's why they're racing as fast as they can, right? So they make the other brother's horse lose by default because they end up being in first place, right? That would make sense, actually, I think. But how would I even say that in 2 words? Like, steel horse? Is that a thing? Steel horse. No. Switch horse? No. Okay, maybe it's not. That sounds right, though, right? The one whose horse is slower wins. I assume a horse belongs to each of the brothers, right? Each of the sons. And the thing is, why are they racing as fast as they can? Because they want their horse to be slower. And why is that? Because they switch horses. Right? That would make sense, but at least to me anyway. So unless I'm not typing it wrong, or that's also not the correct solution. I'm just not sure. Yeah, well, because that's the funny thing with syntax, right? With like the type of games where you gotta enter a manual answer. Oh, okay. I got some confirmation. That is the answer? Really? Okay. Well, thanks. But well, then how do I put in the 2 words? Because I try like switch horses. Oh, okay, plural. Oh, wow. Okay. I put switch horse. I put switch horses. Dummy. I'm a dummy. All right. Finally, the torture is over. Roll wow. Anyway. Right. If they switch horses, then they would have to race in order to win. It only took like, I don't know, half an hour? Maybe actually a little bit more than that. 40 minutes, something like that. In total, to figure that out. Well, but I finally did it. Amazing. Alright, so the answer is to change horses. There must be another horse around here. And there better not be another Professor Layton style riddle, because that's gonna melt my brain. I glance around for another another horsey statuette, flinching away from the multitudes of cobwebs spun around the corners. Thankfully, I spot one just a few feet away. Sure enough, there's a simple cream envelope slipped beneath its base. Could it actually be the file? Ah, okay. Congratulations, Ishiyama. You may be slightly more capable than your worthless peers. There is no file. Well, goddammit. This was simply a test, and you passed. You may congratulate yourself, although frankly, it was such an easy test that there really is nothing worth congratulating. Take a picture of this note and send it to me as proof of your passable competence. It was all a test. Is she serious? Everything was fabricated? Are we at least getting paid for this? We are her assistants, so, and she did say we were getting paid. So, hopefully we're getting paid. I almost can't believe it. But, at the third note, I guess a small part of me was expecting this turn of events. Still, did she plant all of those notes on her own? Was that why the investigation was supposed to take place at night? So that she could have time to prepare everything? It's almost inconceivable, but it seems like the most likely option, and in all honesty, it's hardly beyond what I could imagine Shigare to do. Sighing, I pocket a note and carefully pick my way down the stairs and into the street, steering clear of any corners or dark edges the best I can. I guess that's just our training, our detective training, you know? Doing some riddles. Once I'm under some light, I can breathe a little easier. I take a quick snapshot of the note and send it to Shigure without comment. She doesn't respond immediately, which probably means that she received it. And with that, I stick to the shadows as I return to my apartment. It's time to get some rest. Good, long-deserved rest, but wait, what's this? This isn't my bed. This is back in the forest. The evening welcomes me with frosted arms as I stride into my beloved glade, my lovely burden slung over my arms, or, well, shoulders, not arms. The sky is clear tonight, bitter, vacant, a spiraling abyss in a sea of strangled light. I take a moment to admire as a familiar vegetation is crushed beneath my soles. Nothing constrains me, no incompetent bureaucracies, no iron gates, no suffocating schedules, not at this hour, not at my hour. I dump my burden upon the ground, watching as she lulls away, still in a haze of beauty sleep. A she? Innocent, peaceful, Dreadful. I ready my knife, taking my earnest vigil at his side. When the princess awakens, her guardian will be eagerly waiting. Okay. Oh, well, that was terribly quick. I stoop next to my burden as she jerks upright, eyes rolling in panic. Good morning, sweetie. Where am... Her voice trails into indistinguishable croaks as her wide, pale eyes fix on me. I spare a chuckle. What? Expecting someone else? How did I get here? How else? I settle for a moment, allowing her to take in her surroundings, allowing her to see how dire her situation is. What fun is it without a tinge of panic? Please, don't hurt me. Please. What makes you think I would hurt you? So, you'll let me leave? I casually lift my serrated weapon, allowing it to catch the moonlight at just the right angle. Now, why would I do that? I advance towards her, slowly. She ekes away, pulling her weight by her hands, but she is too tremulous to even attempt to run. A little dull, but vermin are vermin. Please, I have a mom, a dad, and a boyfriend. I want to study, I want to grow up. Usually it's cute when they beg, but this girl is bothering me. Well, I want to have a little carving practice, so what shall we do? Carving practice? Imbecile. My fingers twitch with impatience. Yes, carving practice, and I best get started. Well, I'm thinking this person who is murdering a girl is not a good person. I savor my moments with her, leisurely, meticulously. She tried to waste my time. I ought to return the favor. I finish all too quickly. The screams dyed my ears as fading echoes of stilted crimson plummet from the edge of my blade. The beautiful mess scattered across the ground is a sight for sore eyes. I take a moment to savor it. My canvas, my masterpiece, the heart of my soul and soul of my heart. If only it could have lasted a little while longer. Another person? Finished. A shadow slips from behind the trees, plodding unceremoniously on top of my finished work. Watch your steps. You're desecrating my chef d'oeuvre, or d'oeuvre? The figure only stands in silence, waiting for my reply. I attempt a different line of questioning. Where are the others? Elsewhere. So I gathered. Are they coming? No. So, who shall pick up my toys? I gesture to the artwork beneath the figure's feet. It doesn't budge. Me. You. Yes. By yourself? Yes. Call for the others? No. Why not? Leave if you are finished. It is certainly a one-sided balance of power. I can do nothing but acquiesce. I'm finished. I step away, but as the figure approaches my canvas, I swoop in, sliding my knife against its neck. Don't be so proud of yourself. The moment you are no use to me, I shall have my way with you. It only stares unblinkingly at me, unfazed. Not finished. Equal parts disgusted and perturbed, I withdraw my weapon. I'm finished. Finished with you too. Mysterious figure. That mysterious figure reminds me of another character that we met, but well, I shouldn't speculate too much until we know more. I turn to the brighter horizon, striding away without a backward glance. And who? Yeah. I mean, The way, I mean, our narrator so far is Yama, right? But, I mean, unless Yama is somehow having these weird, like, what's the word? Split personality moments where he's just turning into a serial killer at night. It's either that or it's actually from someone else, from another perspective. I guess like a killer, right? There's a killer apparently in this story. We still don't know much, but we did hear the news before, right, on TV that people were missing. So yeah, maybe these killings are happening at the present time as we follow Yama. Interesting. Well, when I arrive at school, still blurry-eyed from my nighttime excursions, I'm greeted with an unusual sight. Nighttime excursions, it's kind of like a double meaning right there. Do you mean you're also the serial killer, or do you mean when we did the riddles? I'm assuming he means when we were doing the riddles for Shigure. Shigure. A group of students, primarily female, are huddled around the post. As I edge closer, I manage to listen in. Your fault. She was wrong about you, and now she's gone. What do you do with her, you freak? Where is she? Tell me where she is, please. Answer him. How could you do this to us? Suddenly, Ryui blazes by me right into the center of the group, which bounces backward in shock. I'm barely able to catch a glimpse of her face through the mass of heads. What are you guys doing? Out of the way, Ryu. This has nothing to do with you. No, I'm tired of this. You've been picking on her since school started, and you don't even have a good reason. Oh yeah, this is actually, yeah, Ryu mentioned this before. There was someone in her class that's like shy and stuff, and she's always been being bullied and stuff, right, in class? A good reason? Talk to Shoji, he's our good reason. The group shuffles apart, granting me some space. Oh, it's you. The weird, silent loli. That is weird, I guess. Anyway, I finally managed to see the cause of the problem. A slight figure, crouched against the gate with an empty look and... Wait, isn't this the same girl that I met yesterday? Well, Shoji? She's been missing for 2 days and no one can find her. Didn't go home, doesn't answer calls or texts. It's like she just disappeared. Disappeared? Just like the rumors said. You guys do remember who started the rumors, right? Look, Ryu, this will make the 3rd disappearance. Haven't you been watching the news? Yeah, this is the 3rd time an Academy students vanish off the face of the planet. And coincidentally, right after talking with Airi. Airi, is that her name? Well, technically, Midori disappeared before school started. Yeah, just like 2 days before. Why are you so stubborn? Airi's guilty. Why are you so stubborn? Maybe she's not. You clearly don't understand how people work. No wonder you don't have any friends. Aw. No bully. Don't bully the waifus. You faceless side characters that don't have sprites drawn in because you're unimportant. Ryu's face closes in, hurt, and a raw, or rather, I read that wrong. Ryu's face closes in hurt and actually, Ryu's face closes in hurt and a raw, Ryu's face closes in hurt, and a raw, fiery pang of rage courses through my body. I storm to her side, unceremoniously shoving anyone away in my path. Yama? Oh, you. Who's this? Your boyfriend? My anger briefly sojourns into panic, but I shove it away. You're all disgusting. Picking on someone just because she's not like you. Hey, you don't even know the context. Butt out. Oh, and let me guess. You know everything? You know for certain that Aiko... Airi. Airi has anything to do with these disappearances. Twice is a coincidence, thrice is a pattern. Oh, you ever heard of correlation doesn't equal causation? Huh? Female student 2? Or rather, well, female student 1, 2, and 3, I guess? Anyway. A pattern for narrow-sighted people who won't take in any other factors. Are you stupid? There aren't any other patterns. The police said so themselves. Oh, and they told you this directly? It was on the news, moron. And it's not like the news has ever twisted the facts or told us anything but the honest truth. You wouldn't be acting so high and mighty if you knew how important Akane is. You wouldn't be acting so prejudiced if you had a brain. Oh, this is having a diss battle now. Words are spilling out of my mouth before I even consciously think of them. My whole body thrums with cold, frozen hatred. Weird? Freak? Don't want to play with you? I'm not letting anyone else go through that. Not Ryui, not Airi. You think we're being rude to Airi? You're being rude to Shoji. Yeah, she was the love of Shoji's life. Because everyone knows that every high school relationship lasts forever, he'll probably get over her in a week or two. The deadly silence descends on the group. Ryu pinches my sleeve, her expression unusually troubled. That went a bit too far, Yama. I only clench my jaw and lock eyes with the boy called Shoji. His face blinks from panic to nothingness in less than a second. A chill silence falls over the entrance. You... He staggers forward, raising a tremulous hand. You bastard! His fingers pull into a fist, and before I can blink, his hand is soaring straight at me. And that's when I dodge it and throw an uppercut right in his chin. No, that doesn't happen. A shadow blurs in front of me, swiping at Shoji's arm. Shoji tumbles to the ground as they're thrown by the unknown force. Oh, okay. Someone else saves us, I think. Right? Or yeah. The moment is held on pause, broken only by the frantic whisperings of the gathering crowd around us. Shoji jerkily pushes himself to his feet, his footing loose from fury. Or rather, actually, what happened, actually? Shadow blurs in front of me, swiping at Shoji's arm. Shoji tumbles to the ground as if thrown by unknown force. Was it me? Did I actually punch him? Huh. Because the way it's written, it seems like something else happened, but maybe it's because Yama was so angry he doesn't even know that, or he didn't even notice that he was throwing the punch in the first place. Maybe? I don't know. Airi idly steps in front of me, arms hanging limply by her sides. Her expression is passive, but something about it gives Shoji pause. Or was it... Actually, I'm confused. Before I can blink, his hand is soaring straight at me. A shadow blurs in front of me, swiping at Shoji's arm. Actually, yeah, he got like... I can only assume he got judoed? He got CQC'd, is what I'm assuming here. And... Airi? Was it Airi that did that? Was it the lowly that just fucking CQC'd someone? What? That's incredible. Anyway. Unless I'm reading it wrong, but I'm assuming. I mean, even if I'm wrong, I'm gonna choose to believe that anyway. Just put like a headband on her and just like eye patch. Remember the basics of CQC, Airi. Hey, what's going on over here? Oh, Mr. Yoda. Mr. Yoda pushes the throng of students apart, books hiked under one arm. All the students start to babble at once. Mr. Ryota, Akane's been absent for 2 days. I can't contact her. This guy provoked Shoji into a fight. Mr. Ryota waves his hand for silence, an unusually stern expression on his face. Shoji, are you hurt? No, sir. Good. Ryui? Yes, Mr. Ryota. Meet me during lunch. You too, Noriko. Yes, Mr. Ryota. Both of you will give me your account on what just happened. I'll make a judgment after I've heard both sides. Understood? Sullen silence meets his inquiry. He only sighs. Accusations of her children. You guys know that, right? If you're gonna claim something, use evidence. If you're gonna fight, make sure you have the right reason. Dismissed. He waves his hands to scatter us off the class. We head to the classrooms in silence, splitting ways at the staircase. I notice that Riri keeps close to Irie, stubbornly meeting the gaze of any gawkers en route. Well, looks like I'm getting in trouble. Surprise, surprise. I probably shouldn't have interfered with the situation. I probably should have stayed out of it. Usually I do. I know that high school is basically just a cesspool of idiocy, and it's best to keep out of it. Well, no, not even high school life in general. But seeing that girl there, hedged in by such a large group of students, being accused with nothing to defend herself, and seeing Ryu leap to her defense, just like she did for me 10 years ago. Did she do that? Well, I guess it brought out something to surprise even myself. The anti-bully ranger. If anyone has right to suspect that girl, well, it should be me. First, I meet her walking alone in District 6, acting like some creepy mechanical doll. And then I learned that her reputation at school is sketchy at best. And that's suspicious even by my standards. And I'm friends with Yahiko. But it's possible that everything is a misunderstanding. It's possible that she really just wants friends. That she's a normal person inside. That she just had a difficult time conveying her thoughts. I understand that feeling. I understand it more than anyone else. How relatable. I shake myself out of my thoughts and take in my surroundings. Looks like some of the morning classes have passed. Yeah, I totally wasn't paying attention. In front of me, 3 girls with hair and makeup, arranged just like Elizabeth's stand, with very indignant, superior expressions. I quickly recognized them as the most avid members in her fan club. Hey loser, we have something to say to you. No, lucky me. They ignore me, crossing their arms in uncanny unison. We heard that you're giving Elizabeth a hard time. I glance at Elizabeth, whose eyes are wide with panic. Interesting, looks like she has no hand in this development. Then where did they get their information from? You better stop before we make you. Elizabeth deserves better. Idiots. I only snort and turn back to my homework. Hey, look at us! No thanks, I don't feel like vomiting, I think, but I managed to keep my mouth shut. Thoroughly exasperated by these girls, I nod my head at Elizabeth and raise my eyebrow in warning. Her face pales slightly as she slides over to my desk, smiling faintly at the 3 girls. Right. I mean, technically we're kind of blackmailing Elizabeth right here. So, she's obligated to help us not be annoyed by her fan club here. Hello? Oh, Elizabeth, this guy's been bothering you for a while, right? Elizabeth opens her mouth, clearly intent on agreeing with the girl, but I shake my head ever so slightly. She grits her teeth together, but somehow manages to keep her smile intact. Thanks for your concern, but it's really fine. The girls blink in clear surprise. Oh, are you sure? Weren't you just saying the other day? Saying what? I don't know what you're saying. She sends an uneasy glance at me. I only smile innocently. This really shouldn't be fun, but it is. Remarkably so. I thought Yama was bothering. No, it was a misunderstanding. Oh, alright. They nod slightly at me, like that's an adequate apology. We're keeping an eye on you. Don't mess with Elizabeth. Then they strut out of the classroom, their footsteps in perfect unison. I turn to Elizabeth. She grips the edge of her seat until her knuckles turn white. I really can't believe you. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Despicable. She turns away from me in a huff. Excuse me, I'm not even the one who started it all. Heck, she's the one who's constantly picking a fight. It's always been that way. Whatever. This isn't even worth thinking about. I turn my attention back to the front of the classroom as the break comes to an end. The rest of the morning classes slug by uneventfully. This time, Elizabeth is clearly sulking, and Mizuki is just as focused as ever. And by focus, I really mean that she's on her phone the entire period. And I guess, we're back to high school shenanigans after all of that. I guess, if we're gonna put the pieces together, someone is making students disappear from this academy, and I guess for the moment, it's just happening behind the scenes, right? We're not really directly interacting with that at the moment. Well, maybe, more indirectly, I guess. I know that, what's her face? Ira? Was it Ira, right? Or, well, the strange lowly? She's somehow involved, I think. So, the strings are coming together. The pieces are coming together. But for now, when lunchtime comes, I tap Yahiko on the shoulders as I grab my backpack. Hey, lunch. What? Lunch. Cafeteria. Oh, right. Sure. Cafeteria. Something wrong? Nope, absolutely nothing wrong. I was just thinking, it'd be nice to have a couple more minions. Isn't that what your club is for? Club? The blank look on his face is foreign to me. I slap him on the back. A club that'll take over the universe, or your minions. Clearly I'm bad at this. Whoa. Huh? It's lunchtime. When was it? Did I time travel? A quick sigh of relief passes my lips before I'm able to spot it. That seems like Yahiko's back to normal. Yeah, it's 4018 AD. You've been asleep for 2,000 years. I have? I don't feel that rested. Well, we kept you in cryo-freeze during a light stage of your sleep cycle rather than REM. You mean I was scammed on 2,000 years of deep sleep? On the contrary, you were saved from 2,000 years of homework. Oh, I guess you're right. I wonder when he'll realize that I'm not supposed to be alive. Well, super realistic hologram Yama, shall we go grab some lunch? Do you guys still eat that kind of thing? Or he could make a totally ridiculous yet somehow plausible assumption. Indeed we do. Then what are we waiting for? I want to see what kind of cuisine has developed after 2,000 years. Thoroughly re-energized, he skips out the door. I'm just about to follow, but I feel a sudden tap on my elbow. Yama Ishimoto. Oh, it's you. It's the girl from the cafe. Natsuki, was it? I glance at Elizabeth. She's in the middle of some fluffy small talk with her groupies and intentionally keeping her back to me. Oh, Lizzie's over there. I'm aware of that. She's the one with whom she isn't the one with whom I wish to speak to. Well, what do you want? I have a simple question for you. As far as I can tell, nothing's simple when it comes to this girl. Have you ever felt like two people are fighting for your body? Oh, okay. That lends some credence to my earlier theory of split personality, but I don't know. Is that really it? Is that what's happening? What? More specifically, fighting for control over your body? Like mind control? No, more like two different entities in simultaneous resonance, resulting in widely different actions or processes of thought. A chill runs up my spine. I think it'd be fairly obvious if I'm going through something like that. Well, you may or may not have any recollection of the other entity. Something about her mysterious smile sets me on edge. And what's with the sudden questions? Psychology paper? We're studying dissociative identity disorder, or well, split personalities basically. Which is? Colloquially, it's known as multiple personality disorder. I would say you should know of it already, but perhaps your alter ego surfaces during psychology classes. I clench my jaw at her obvious accusations, searching to find answer in her face. I find none. So, do I look like the kind of person who has multiple personality disorder? Do you want to know the answer to that question? Look, I gotta go. Sorry. Try asking Elizabeth. She's the one who rapidly switches between being nice and being a pain in the ass. She only nods and smiles, but I sense her eyes boring through the back of my head as I slip out of the classroom. Natsuki. Very, very inquisitive person. I attempt to shake off the encounter as I head to the cafeteria, but Natsuki's words linger in the back of my mind. Well, thankfully, when I arrive, Yahiko immediately waves me over, face cheerily shining. Have a seat, my loyal minion. Today's special is baby back ribs. I can see that from your plate. You can divine stuff from my plate? Look into my love life fortune. He's acting awfully normal. Did he already forget that he's supposed to be 2,000 years into the future? Just eat. Well, I suppose I'll let it slide this time, but the master is supposed to command his minions, not the other way around. Exactly. What? Nothing. I glance around the cafeteria as I start on my own plate. I recognize quite a few faces. Natsuki and Elizabeth surrounded by groupies. Masato and a few track members. Akira and a few drama club members. Ryui's absent, probably speaking to Mr. Ryoto on my behalf. Misaki too, though I rarely see her around outside of class. And in the corner, eating alone, is Airi. She seems to be satisfying herself with her own plate of ribs. Something about the picture looks empty. Lonely. Say, that gives me an idea. So, how's it been with the ladies? Did you even ask? Fantabulous, of course. Would you mind teaching this humble servant your ways? I thought you never asked. But why now? I try to wave off his question by gesturing in Airi's direction. So, how about her? Oh, something's caught your eye, have they? His eyes flicker in Airi's direction. Okay, Aira. Did I say like Aira before? Aira. Aira is from my 1-bit heart playthrough, I think. Her name is Airi, not Aira. Airi. His eyes flicker in Airi's direction. I expect him to coo about how adorable she is, how lovely her hair is, how perfect her nose or chin or whatever is, but he only pauses, his brow furrowed in confusion. Huh. What is it? She looks kind of familiar. Like, really familiar. Ordinarily, I think that he's crafting a pickup line, but his bewilderment seems genuine. Where'd you see her? I have no clue. Eventually, he just shrugs this off with an easygoing grin. Well, my good minion, we shouldn't be wasting time. Watch and learn from the great master. Well, guess it's not important. Or, well, maybe it is though? Because why would he know Airi? As always, it would be an honor to see your spectacular techniques. I know, right? You should be grateful I'm not making you pay tuition for such enlightening lessons. Well, they're certainly enlightening, but probably not in the way he's thinking. I bet that the number of girls you seduce is uncountable. You've got that right. Well, technically, 0 is uncountable. First lesson, my dear apprentice, never waste time. Are they eating? Great. Depressed and withdrawn? Fantastic. Saying that they want to be alone? Perfect. Love waits for nobody, Yama. Remember that. I can't help but chuckle at just how terrible his advice is. By any chance, have you gotten slapped? Oh yeah, all the time. Why is he saying that like it's a badge of honor? You see, evoking a strong reaction means that you've touched the young lady's heart. The line between love and hate is thinner than the line between love and apathy. That's why the most important thing is to make a big impression. That's, unusually perceptive, but, well, still pretty horrible advice in the context. On that note, we're wasting time. There's an adorable lass to seduce. Yahiko promptly skips over to Irie, eyebrows raised in a flirtatious attack. Hey, how's it feel to be the most beautiful girl in the room? Looks like the Ikari is already hitting hard. How will his opponent respond? With 3 dots. It's not very effective. Can I see your uniform tag? I gotta see if you're made in heaven. Wow, a spectacular hit. How will the last dodge out this one? China. Oh, she's from China. Or rather, well, I mean, it's not that she's from China. Rather, the uniform is made in China, because he's asking for the uniform tag anyway. Huh? The uniforms are made in China. Ikari staggers back from the fatal counter. Well, I mean... It seems that he's in a state of shock. The last seizes this opportunity for an offensive maneuver. Your food. What? Will you eat it? Hey, what are you doing to my ribs? It's a critical hit. The last's bold move has paralyzed Ikari. You're gonna get fat if you eat so much. I'm 102 pounds. You're what? But you can't be that short. 5 feet 2 inches. You are quite the lowly. It's super effective. Ikari is silenced. The last spends her free turns munching at her newly acquired meat. It's sort of adorable, like a baby hamster munching at... but anyway, back to the match. Kananam. Ikari studies the last for a moment, no doubt attempting to analyze any potential weak points. This girl's a tough one. Usually I don't allow things like this, but Yama, why don't you give it a shot? Nah, I'm just a commentator of this battle. What? Nothing. Thankfully, Ikari decides to switch his attention from the lowly commentator back to his original target. Why aren't you responding? You should be honored that someone like me is paying attention to someone like you. Don't tell me you don't swing that way. I'm straight. A clean hit at his vital point. It's looking bad for Ikari. Then why? The last merely finishes up Ikari's ribs and moves on to her own. Are you a witch who took some weird potion to resist me? Why are you unaffected by my charms? Ikari has gone berserk. He's attempting a wild haymaker. Stop ignoring me! Forget it. You're just like the other commoners. You don't deserve being seduced by a superior being like me. Answer me when I'm talking to you. My meat is getting cold. What an amazing display of indirect trash talking. The last has just placed Ikari below some humble baby back ribs. Hey, to be fair, ribs are pretty delicious, so... You... Ikari hurt himself in his confusion. Meanie? Really? I'll have my revenge, I'll tell you. Revenge! And Ikari exits the ring. Automatic forfeit. Instant KO. Oh, nothing. As Irie finishes up the plate on her, finishes up her plate, finish up the meat on her plate, I settle in the chair next to her. It's hard to tell from the stoic expression on her face, but she seems a little happier than a few moments ago. Probably because she enjoys her ribs. Do you want my ribs? No, didn't you eat them all? I did. Then why did you offer? Then why are you here? Well, at the very least, she's more open than when I met her yesterday. I'm sitting. Sitting is nice. Her expression doesn't even budge. Sitting makes the world go round. And sitting is good for you. It's bad for you. Her sudden response catches me off guard. I guess so, if you sit too much. What? Well, at least she's talking to me, that's a start. How can sitting be bad for you? Higher risk in obesity, high cholesterol, lower back pain, cardiovascular disease, and type 2 diabetes. She says this so monotonously that I can't tell whether she's joking or definitely serious. But, sitting doesn't cause that, right? I reevaluates me for a moment, but only returns for her food without a word. I'm searching for a different topic to discuss when she abruptly speaks again. What's your name? Yama Ishimoto. Silence. You're not gonna comment on it? You know, it's an unusual name. Not like Le Rogue Lamparade. Le Rogue Lamparade? As in from Cold... Oh, Code Geass? Do you watch anime? And I assume Rurush, right? Rurush? Jibuo Sekai! No, goddammit. You know it. Vaguely? It's a fairly popular series among young adults, but I'm surprised that someone like her would know about it. Well, next to Le Rouge Lamparade, there can't be many strange names. Nom nom nom. Ari only reaches into her backpack and begins to munch on a peach. For a moment, I pick at my ribs in silence, but she speaks again. What is your deus? My what? Deus. Special power. She's a weeb. No wonder she has no friends. Well, I mean, technically, this takes place in Japan, right? So, I mean, the more appropriate word or term would be otaku. I'm not sure where she's going with this, but I guess I might as well follow her. My special power is creating sardines out of thin air. Canned or fresh? She doesn't seem fazed in the slightest. Both? So, freshly canned? I guess. Make some now. Sardines? Out of the many weird situations I've encountered over the course of my short life, this just might take the top. She's joking, right? Sure. I flourish my hand and tap the table. There, sardines. That's a table. What was she expecting to see? Actual spontaneous materializations of freshly canned sardines? You know, I can't actually make sardines out of thin air, right? You said you could. Either she's better at trolling than I am, or she really wasn't joking. I wasn't serious. Then why did you say it? I'm too baffled by her thought process to make an intelligible reply. Thankfully, Irie only returns to nibbling at her peach, nom nom nom, as if she'd never asked the question. The awkward silence is punctuated by the signature school bell, an opportunity that I take with gratitude. Well, see ya. She blinks widely at me. My name is Airi Hiraga. Okay. That was abrupt. I didn't tell you before. She suddenly stands, picks up her tray, and strides to the opposite side of the cafeteria to dump her dishes. Well, that was random. What an eccentric girl. Unless by telling me her name, she was trying to say that she trusted me, or that she liked to become friends. Maybe she has some kind of mental disability that inhibits her social functions. She's offbeat, but interesting. I can see why she became a scapegoat. It's likely that the other students are scared by her unorthodox behavior. Just because she's different, she becomes the bad guy. Yeah, but she's like a cute waifu, so I don't see the problem here. Why do you bully her? They should know better. They should give her a chance. Afternoon classes are another jury pass. This time, even Yahiko is sullen, staring into his desk and murmuring nonsensical words under his breath.